How's it going, YouTube? I'm Landon.
And I am Danny Burke, and today we have another double video. I feel like this is becoming more of a regular occurrence on the channel for us. Do you think our viewers enjoy these doubles?
Yeah, it's absolutely so much fun. I get to actually hear another voice other than myself in this video.
I'm not actually here, you're going crazy.
Throughout history, we have witnessed a lot of groundbreaking and innovative moments. Within the last 100 years, we have landed a man on the moon, we invented the cell phones, the civil rights movement happened, and the internet changed the way we live forever. Sometimes though, iconic moments slip through the cracks of time and pictures of them are forgotten about.
So, I think it's time to remind you guys of some pretty major moments in history. This is the top 10 iconic pictures that everyone forgot. Starting us off at number 10 now, we have cheeky Einstein. Take a look at this. I'm sure this picture of scientist Albert Einstein may seem vaguely familiar to some of you. It's been plastered on merchandise all over the world, but many people forget it actually comes from this real picture. It was taken in 1951 on Einstein's 72nd birthday. The photographer was trying to get him to smile, but Einstein stuck his tongue out instead. He absolutely loved the picture and asked for 9 copies just for himself. He signed one of them, which ended up selling at auction for over $74,000 in 2009.
It's time to suit up and jump on the moon at number 9. I like how I'm putting on a tie, but yeah, I'm going on the moon. This picture right here of Neil Armstrong, who was a part of the Apollo 11 mission that landed the first 2 humans on the moon. This picture is easily forgotten about. Well, actually, a lot of people don't believe in this picture. Why? Well, they don't think man actually landed on the moon. There was a poll that revealed about 20% of Americans don't believe that man landed on the moon. This picture was taken back in 1969, and since then, for decades, millions of people have been analyzing this picture to examine if it is actually authentic. What do you guys think? Did man ever land on the moon? Let me know in the comment section below. I believe it.
Alright, next up at number 8 now, we have the Viet Cong. This picture was taken by Eddie Adams during the Vietnam War, a second before a police chief killed a suspected Viet Cong member. The picture won Adams the Pulitzer Prize, but he later said he felt bad for taking it because of what it did to the reputation of that police chief. He said, "I'm not saying what he did was right, but you have to put yourself in his position." At the time, this picture was huge. It brought to light the brutality of the Vietnam War for many Westerners who were ignorant of it.
A moment that changed the world forever is up next at number 7. This is Steve Jobs back in 1976, the year he invented his first ever Apple computer called Apple I computer. He was very creative. It was built by Steve Jobs and his business partner Steve Wazonek. If you have one of these computers today, it can actually sell for around $700,000. The first ever computer had 4 kilobytes of RAM. I mean, kilobytes, what is that? This is 2 million times less than a standard MacBook computer today. Steve Jobs really changed the world, and we're going to be talking more about him again at number 6. So in at number 6, we have this picture right here. You guys are probably like, what the heck is this? Why is Steve Jobs holding a miniature version of the iPhone? Well, this is actually the first Apple iPhone. I actually collect all of my iPhones. I have them all from like the iPhone 3, I have the iPhone 4, 5, 6, and 7. I recently had to give away my iPhone 6 to lend it to someone because my wife dropped this person's phone in like water while they were horseback riding. It's a really sad story, but I didn't realize how small the iPhone 3 is compared to the iPhone 7. It's so miniature. I'm so used to getting the plus versions of these phones. The iPhone 1 was released in 2007, which was 10 years ago this year. This was one of the biggest announcements in the technology world. Steve Jobs had millions of people excited for this new iPhone 1. Steve Jobs really reinvented cell phones. This is such an iconic moment that paved the way for Apple. This picture was taken from Steve Jobs' keynote speech. He has been giving these keynote speeches annually until he passed away. These annual Apple events always has millions of people at the edge of their seats. It's just waiting to see the next product that is going to be released, or to just see what the next newest features are going to be.
Okay, next up at number 5 now, we have the 9/11 picture. Not long after the terror attacks of 9/11, a picture started to spread online of a tourist. He was on the observation deck of one of the towers, and in the background there appears to be the actual plane that would bring that building down. The date in the bottom right hand corner is September the 11th, 2001. The picture was everywhere everywhere online, and the story was that the camera had somehow survived the tragedy. Eventually though, the truth did come out. It was actually a picture taken by a Hungarian man named Peter who had photoshopped the plane into his picture from 1997 and sent it to some friends. Somehow it ended up spreading online and was seen by millions of people.
Time to salute, and at number 4 we have Elvis Presley saluting in front of the American flag. A lot of people have actually forgotten the fact that Elvis Presley was actually drafted into the army, and a lot of people actually didn't know this fact. But I know a lot of you guys watching this video, you guys knew this fact because you guys are super smart. Elvis served from 1958 to 1960, putting his singing and acting career on hold. During this time, Elvis was one of the most famous people currently fighting for his country. After Elvis was released from the military after serving for his country, Elvis found a new fan base among an elder age group. Because of his time in the military, he thinks this contributed and really made his career take off. It took him to the next level of stardom. Moving into number 3, we have this iconic picture for all of you sports fans out there, and me, I'm a huge NBA fan. Well, this picture right here is of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and it really puts a smile on my face. This is the two of the most iconic NBA players playing against each other. In this picture you have 11 rings, 29 All-Star game appearances, and I think they started in every single one of those. A lot of people say Michael Jordan was the GOAT of his era, the greatest of all time, and then he passed the torch on to Kobe Bryant. And I think this picture right here of Kobe Bryant and LeBron James in 20 or 30 years will be super iconic as well for the next generation. A lot of people aren't going to believe that they played the same time. I mean, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, really? Did they play the same time?
Coming in at number 2 now, we have the Vulture. Now this picture was taken by Kevin Carter in 1993 of a starving child in South Sudan during the famine. In the background, a vulture senses death and waits patiently. It shocked the whole world, and understandably so. Some people praised it for bringing the crisis more attention, but others criticized Carter for taking it in the first place. Many people asked why he was taking a picture instead of helping the little girl. He said he chased the vulture away, and the child was then taken to a feeding center. The picture won him a Pulitzer Prize, but this did little to help Carter's depression, which ultimately led to his own suicide. And finally now, at number 1, we have the Assassination. The images of President JFK's assassination are still brought up by people today, but there is another iconic picture that many people forget. 2 days after the assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, committed the murder, he was being taken to jail from the Dallas police headquarters. It was then that Dallas nightclub owner Jack Ruby stepped forward out of the crowd and shot Oswald in the chest at point blank range, ultimately killing him. This picture was taken by photographer Robert H. Jackson, who captured the exact moment the gun was fired. Ruby was found guilty of murder, but died before the start of a new trial. Well, I could look at historic pictures all day, but unfortunately we have reached the end of the video. Did we miss any good ones out? Which iconic picture do you think people have forgotten about completely?
Also be sure to let us know if you guys want a part 2. Let us know in the comment section below. Put a hashtag make part 2 please, and you guys will see both of us again in the next part, because there's probably so many iconic pictures out there, including this one right here.
Iconic picture. Forget this one. This is one you can forget.
Hello darkness, my old friend.